Well, let's look at some things that's going on in the political world and how it may affect us as preppers, or how it may not affect us as preppers. We just really don't know at this point. There's so many things being said that we don't know the ins and outs of. The first thing we're going to look at right here is this FBI internal memo warns of plans for armed protest in all 50 states. Not just Washington, D.C., but all 50 states, all the capitals, around the day of Biden inauguration. Now, according to the FBI, they have internal information. Our focus is not on peaceful protesters, but on those threatening their safety and the safety of other citizens with violence and destruction of property. It's unclear at this point how many extremists were contacted and how far in advance of January the 6th about what happened at the Capitol. But now they're saying that after this thing has happened at the Capitol, that they have information that there's going to be more protest before the inauguration. And it's not just in D.C. They're saying now that they're going to have to ramp up the National Guard at all 50 state capitals. That's amazing to me that something like this could happen in all 50 states. That we need National Guard in all 50 states to look into this or to take care of this, because there's going to be acts of insurrection and violence and rioting and all this stuff in all 50 states. I'd like to have your opinion on that. What do you think about this statement and about the guards being deployed the way they are? There's up to 25,000 guards right now in Washington, D.C., plus all the other law enforcement, FBI and Secret Service and all these people there. And then they say that they're having to try to prepare to protect all the other state houses all across the nation. I find that very interesting. I want to keep my opinion to myself on that one. I have thoughts, but they might not be, I can't prove them. So we'll just keep it at that. The next thing I wanted to mention here is the question is, who is this fella? Who is John Sullivan? Who was the woman with him and their appearance on CNN after the Capitol riots? Well, let's go check and see. Let's find out who this fella is. It says John Sullivan, who has previously organized BLM radical protests and even sold Antifa black bloc clothing on his organization's website, was arrested by federal authorities for his alleged involvement in the actions at the Capitol on January the 6th. Now, they have also taken film from his camera where he filmed things at the Capitol of them climbing walls and busting windows and doing a lot of different things. Now, this fella here is seen right here, this John Sullivan, with this young lady right here in an interview with America's favorite, Anderson Cooper. How about that? And when we look at this, her name is Jade Sacker, S-A-C-K-E-R. She was working as an independent journalist for CNN the day of the riots. And let's go look and see what she said and how some things happened at the Capitol building on the day of the riots with these two people here that were involved. So right here, we see Miss Sacker being filmed by Mr. Sullivan. And let's listen to what she said. We did it. She said that twice. We did it. We did it. What did we do? I'll let you be your own conclusion.
I was trying to tell you. I couldn't say much.
You were right.
You just have to watch my channel.
Oh my God.
Is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah?
Hell yeah.
Wait, you weren't recording, were you?
I'll delete that shit.
this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life? Seated with Sullivan on CNN is Jade Sacker, a photojournalist who followed him into the Capitol to film his exploits as part of the documentary project. Here she's heard congratulating him. We did it. And he says, is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life? And during this interview, the odd thing is that it was never brought up that he was part of BLM or that he had been arrested previously for inciting violence. And there's another video on here that I'll try to think to link it in my video that shows another person who is affiliated with Antifa, who was actually busted the window and glass out of the door that the young lady got shot when she tried to go through that door, that open window that the Antifa member had busted out with a helmet. And there's a lot of video surfacing on this stuff right now. This was not just a happenstance event. This was something that was planned in advance. The FBI even knew it. Now let's go over here. Former prosecutor reviews incitement allegations against Trump, says Dems have big problems. As we go down through here, this fellow is a prosecutor of insurrection and riots. He's a professional, been doing it for years. He said the president didn't commit incitement or any other crime. I should know as a Washington prosecutor. I earned the nickname protester prosecutor. From the anti-war group Thnk, in one trial, I convicted 31 protesters who disrupted congressional traffic by obstruction of the Capitol crypt. In another, I convicted a Thnk activist who smeared her hands with fake blood, charged at then Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice in a House hearing room, and incited the audience to seize the Secretary of State physically. In other cases, I dropped charges when the facts fell short of the legal standard of incitement. One such defendant was the anti-war activist Cindy Sheehan. And this lawyer says, this protest lawyer said the president didn't mention violence on Wednesday, much less provoke or incite it. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Peacefully and patriotically. Distinct law defines a riot as a public disturbance, which by tumultuous and violent conduct of the threat thereof creates grave danger or damage or injury to property or persons. When Mr. Trump spoke, there was no public disturbance, only a rally. The disturbance came later at the Capitol by a small minority who entered a perimeter and broke the law. They should be prosecuted. And there are videos that will show you, and I'll link them down here, of a small number of people who entered the Capitol first and then encouraged others to follow them. And there is a video surfacing right now that the FBI was aware that there was a planned thing going on for the Capitol before the 6th. They were made aware of it. Now, what I have to question is this. When this riot took place and the Capitol asked for the National Guards to be deployed, it took them over 3, almost 4 hours to deploy any guards to the Capitol. And the congressmen were sitting in there asking for help, saying that their lives were in grave danger, and yet it took them nearly 4 hours to get help to the Capitol. Do you think that would have happened if there had been an invasion by foreign troops into our country and they had tried to overtake the Capitol, that it would have took our military 4 hours to respond? Let's hope not. Oh, let's hope not. So that makes one think. Folks, we need to consider what's going on before we start rushing to conclusions. So that's just some things to think about. And if you enjoy our video, subscribe to our channel, like the video, share us with your social media friends, because we sure need it. And this stuff needs to be got out. So thank you all. Everybody be blessed. Have a great day. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching our video. We now have memberships available on our channel, and if you would like to support our channel, that's one way you can do it. There are 3 different levels of perks on that. We also have our PayPal address in the description box below, and we also have our store link down there. So if you'd like to support us in any way, you can most certainly do that by one of those methods. And again, thank you for being a part of our channel, and thank you for considering joining Backroads Living.